Wow. For me, I'm not surprised. You look at some of these guys, especially Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. These guys are projected first-round picks. Potentially, these are going to be one of the first. They could be one of the first receivers taken off the board in this NFL draft, if not for Jameson Williams of Alabama. To see Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson opt out, I wish them nothing but the best, and I think that they're making the best decision for their future. And the potential to be a first-round pick is something that, many people, you can't risk injury. We've seen in the Fiesta Bowl, obviously, Ohio State Buckeyes, when we lost to Michigan State, we went to the Fiesta Bowl, and, we had guys, that was a great team. And we went against a great Notre Dame team, regardless of how they perform in the big bowl games. Jalen Smith, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, he ended up playing and getting hurt, and that's something that you always have to be very wary of. And Jalen Smith was going to be a very high, draft pick, and it had some impact of where he was drafted. He ended up with a good situation with the Cowboys, ended up getting a contract, but that's that's a risk that you can't take. Now, Haskell Garrett, Polynesian Player of the Year, senior, just a leader on this team. I was surprised that he opted out. There was other veterans on this team. I think he's either junior or senior, but there was other veterans on this team that decided to play in the Rose Bowl. I was surprised that he opted out. I think the Rose Bowl could have helped his stock. I don't know how much. Maybe being a potential third-round pick, I don't know how much more of his draft stock can improve. I would love to see him play, but I understand that you're making the best decision. And then obviously NPF, one of the best, one of the best offensive line players in the entire country. Many people didn't expect him to play in a Rose Bowl. He's projected to get drafted. But overall, when you only have 4 guys opt out, I think Ryan Day and this team is very satisfied with that. There's teams they got 9, 10 plus guys opting out, and that could really damage your roster, the rotation that you have, and the amount of starters that you have. For us, down 4 starters is very tough, but at the end of the day, we still have 18, and we have a lot of young guys that have to step up. Obviously, we're looking at the wide receiver position. Julian Fleming, can you step up? I know he's been hurt. Emeka got to step up. Obviously, we know that Jackson Smith and Jigba is there. He went off against Michigan, that team up north. I expect him to have a great day. Marvin Harrison Jr. We have a lot of weapons at that wide receiver position, and I think obviously your 2 best ones in Olave and Wilson not playing within a draft is going to be very tough. I think our offensive line, we have one of the best offensive lines in the country, one of the biggest offensive lines in the country. I think we'll be all right. And then obviously with Haskell Garrett, not being there, maybe we'll see some Jack Sawyer, step up. He was highly recruited from the Pickerington area around the Columbus suburb. I think this is just an opportunity for a lot of young guys to step up. I haven't looked into who opted out for Utah. I don't even know if they have any opt-outs. But for us to only lose 4 opt-outs, I think it's tremendous, and I think this gives us. I think that we still have a great chance of beating Utah. Obviously, it's disappointing that they didn't play, but you have to understand that they're looking out for the future. They've given Ohio State all that they can have, Buckeye Nation, all the great memories. The Big Ten championship playoff appearances. It's tough, but I'm going to need Julian. But we need Julian to step up. Julian Fleming's going to have to step up. Jackson Smith, he can't be the only one doing it. Someone else is going to have to step up. Those are big shoes to fill, and there's big shoes to fill when you lose Olave and Wilson. And right now, I'm excited to see who wants to step up at that wide receiver position. There's no excuses. There's no Jameson Williams. He transferred. Now you see Chris Olave. He's gone. Garrett Wilson is gone. Who's that going to be? Maybe Marvin Harrison. I'm very, very excited. I know our offensive line is only going to improve. And defensively, will Jack Sawyer have an impact? All great questions, heading into this 2022 season. And we will see an early preview of how these Buckeyes are going to look without these 4 guys that are going to get drafted and hopefully make a huge impact for a team in the NFL. Whatever team get these guys, they're getting great players that can come and make an impact no matter where they're drafted. But, we're counting down to this Rose Bowl, man. I think we can still get it done. But the question is, who is going to step up, especially at that wide receiver position?